We're here in Pasila railway station. It's the first stop north on the line from Helsinki, and just about every train coming in and out of the city will stop here. This is the most convenient place for getting to the convention centre. In fact, we're going to walk there and we will see some of the food options available along the way. Starting here, of course, with a typical railway station kiosk, but looking into the station concourse, here we have in the far corner there Hesburger, which is the Finnish equivalent of McDonald's. You'll find them everywhere, and that's a very cheap food option. There are other food options in the railway station itself. As you see, there's a pizza place at the far end there, but we're going to walk across this way. First of all, taking in Restaurant Cafe Express up there, it says, and we're going to take this skyway, which will take us towards the convention centre and find one or two interesting places along the way. Thank you, doors. Thank you, doors. They're all happily opening themselves for us. Some of the advertising for the railway system makes the point that the trains run in the snow, unlike the trains in Britain. There are lifts here for people with mobility issues, but Otto and I are getting some exercise after all the food that we ate at Worldcon over the weekend, so we're going to walk through here. This is a skyway over the street. Down below there is a tram stop, and you can see the number 7 tram down there. Whereabouts does number 7 tram go, Otto?
Midtown, and you would probably pick it up if you're staying at one of the Midtown hotels. This would be the one you'd be arriving here. There's one more stop, and that's the exhibition center.
Excellent. So now we're
to the other side here.
Okay.
That would go directly there, but this side is maybe more scenic.
Yes. Hopefully the video is picking up what Otto's saying as well as what I'm saying. That would have taken us down onto the street level, but this way we're getting into a little shopping area with, again, some more food options. So there's a lot of office space in this particular part of town, and obviously to go with that, eating options. So here are some important Finnish words that you need to learn: pizza and kebab. And as you can see, that's a relatively cheap meal. Moving on here, Otto is taking us down through the shopping centre. There's a hairdresser's here, and more eating options, clearly, as there are people eating. I apologise for filming them while they're having their meal. Let's find out what sort of food is on offer here. Okay, so Lenny's Cafe, and that looks perhaps more like traditional Finnish food. And there are bowls of soup and stuff I see being eaten by people. Coming out through the end here of that particular mall and out into some of the office space. Otto's communicator is making noises, so he's just going to answer that while I get on with taking a look around here. As you can see, there's quite a lot of office space and also a little bit of housing here. There are a few shops here, possibly not terribly useful ones. We are going to go down here. There is, just in the other direction, a fairly large German grocery store called Lidl. So if you want to self-cater, it shouldn't be too difficult to pop in there and stock up on food. And we're now coming down into this nice plaza area.
This is early spring, so not a lot of leaves yet on trees.
Yes, I'm not sure if you caught that, but Otto was just explaining that it's early spring while we're filming this. The trees are just about coming into leaf. Well, it's coming up to some on the right hand side here, so we'll take a look at that. Of course, when we have Worldcon here, it'll be August and everything will be beautifully green, but here we have the budding springtime trees. So a nice little park area, which will be an awful lot more pleasant in August. But as you can see, the weather here is pretty nice. It's a bit overcast, but it's reasonably warm here. We've just got jackets and t-shirts on, and in August the weather will be very nice indeed. There's another important Finnish word that we can see coming up over to the left there. Bibliotek.
That's Swedish, actually.
That's a Swedish word, okay. So the word next to it, kirjasto, is the Finnish word. Bibliotek is the Swedish word, and I'm sure by now that you've guessed that that's the library. So our convention centre is very close to the main library for Helsinki, which is a very good thing for a bookish convention. A little bit further along here, we're just starting to get to where the convention centre is. You can probably see some flags in the distance. There are steps down there, but again, very conscious of mobility issues. We're going down to the end here, where we're going to take the lazy way down. You can now see off in the distance the Meskuskisus, which is the exhibition centre, and if we swing the camera around, there's the Holiday Inn, which is the main convention hotel. Down there in the distance you might be able to make out the Terra Nova restaurant, which is attached to the convention hotel. That is open from 11 o'clock in the morning till either 11 or midnight, depending on which day of the week it is. And it's a very nice little restaurant. We had second breakfast in there this morning. There is the lift. That's the easy way down. It doesn't make for good viewing, so we'll take these stairs. You can now see the main entrance to the convention centre. That'll take you into the exhibit halls, where we'll have dealers, art show and so on. And most of the programming space is in this area above that restaurant and attached to the hotel. Distance from the hotel to the exhibit centre is 0 Stanleys. They're directly attached to each other. And we've got this nice little plaza area in front where, if it's decent weather, people will be able to sit out and enjoy themselves. And that's the walk from the railway station to the exhibit centre. There is a quicker way of doing it, which involves going the other way on to the far end of the platform and just crossing the road. So once you're familiar with the layout, if you're not looking for food options, you'll be able to get to the convention centre from the railway station rather quicker than that. So although it might not look like there's a lot about. When you first step out of this area, there is in fact quite a lot of food options available, and it's very quick and easy to get into the city.